Hi guys, what's up? Zax here. Today we're here with another Q&A. The Q&A so far have gone down really well, you guys, so hopefully you have enjoyed them. And today we're going to be here with another one. Today's questions are going to be answered from a video I uploaded a couple of weeks ago. It was another Q&A, so I just asked you guys to leave some comments in the comment section. We got some questions, and here we are. The first question comes in from HNBC Joe, and he says, "Can you set up a PC Afro League for F1 2014?" And absolutely I can. If you go and watch my video from a couple of days ago, I'll try and remember to leave a link in the description for it. So yeah, if you want to go and watch that, get involved with the Afro League, and hopefully it's all going to be great. The first video I was talking about the tracks we're going to be doing, and also leaving your sort of PC ID also in the comment section if you will want to. You don't have to, but if you do, that's good as well, because it can help me add you on Steam and everything. So yeah, I'll leave that video so you can go and watch it for yourself. And yeah, that's the first question. Thank you, HNBC Joe. Second question comes in from Jamie Dollard, and he says, "If you could go to any Grand Prix for free, where would you go?" Well, that's a very good question actually, because there are quite a lot of Grand Prix that I actually really like, and I would actually really like to go to. So it's an interesting question. I mean, I really have always liked Spa and Monza. They're two tracks I really would like to go to. And I don't know, they're really two of the tracks that I want to go to most, and they're not that far away, and I probably could go to them. But I've always liked the atmosphere and everything of Abu Dhabi. Obviously Monaco as well would be a great place to go to, just because it's just such a an event. It's not just the Grand Prix, there is so much going on there, and Monaco would be a great place to go. So maybe Monaco with sort of, it depends, Monaco's tickets are only like £20, but you sit on a hill and stuff, so it's not that great. But if you had like decent tickets and a grandstand for Monaco, it'd be quite cool, but have the atmosphere and everything as well there. Abu Dhabi, I would quite like to go, like the day to night race. I think that's quite cool, so maybe that. So yeah, either I'd say Monaco, Abu Dhabi, or Spa, probably my favourite three tracks that I'd like to go to. Alright, I don't know what's happened to my webcam, but it looks really weird, so hopefully it's still alright, but it looks like it's got a weird colour, but hopefully it's alright in the video. So anyway, let's move on to the next question. Next question comes in from Insomniac, and he says, "Do you agree with me that F1 should use the DRS system from DTM? It'd be a lot more interesting because the defending drivers would have a bit more of a challenge, since they wouldn't know when the driver behind him would activate DRS. Now it's kind of predictable." To be honest, I haven't really been keeping up to DTM, so I'm not really too sure of how all the DRS system works, but if Insomniac here thinks that it's actually a better system, I think F1 always needs to be looking around, because F1, I feel, always thinks it's the best, and they never really look around and look at other forms of motorsport and see what's good for it. And I think if Insomniac here thinks that the DTM DRS system is more interesting for the drivers and the racing, and for the spectators, maybe it's something F1 needs to do. Maybe they need to think about the DRS system a little bit more, because I do know in tracks like China, you've got the big long straight, and people just fly past like there's not a car even there, because that DRS is so OP. So yeah, I would I'd definitely like to see DRS changed up and made it a bit more interesting for the racers. And I think it would be definitely good to see DRS changed a little bit to make it not so powerful in certain circumstances. But who knows what F1 will do. But if you think it's a good idea, I think if you, obviously a fan of DTM, think that it's going to be beneficial for other forms of motorsport, I think it is definitely something that teams and drivers alike should be talking about to the FIA to make F1 better for the fans. Next question comes in from Captio GHB. I think that's pronounced properly. Favourite driver not in F1 and someone you'd like to see F1 in the future, or in the near future, sorry. So favourite driver not in F1. Well, that's a tough one. I'd probably say I don't know actually. I think I quite like Nick Yellerly from GP3. I think he's one of the drivers I quite like. Yeah, probably Nick Yellerly in GP3 is probably my favourite driver not in F1 at the current time. But I like Gordon Chen, Matt Neal from BTCC, so I don't know whether that really counts. And next part of his question is, someone you'd like to see in F1 in the near future. Felipe Nasr, in my opinion. I think he's done really well in GP2 this year. He hasn't really had, I know it's all equal cars in GP2, but I don't think he's really had the setup in the team. So I think Felipe Nasr Felipe Nasr and Julian Palmer from GP2. They're just blowing everyone away this year, and I think they should be in F1 in the near future, maybe even next year. Both of them have a good chance, both of them bringing quite a bit of sponsorship money, so I think it is possible for both Nasr and Palmer to be in for both Palmer and Nasr to be in F1 next year. I think it's definitely possible. Next question comes in from Smooth Racing, or Joshy. He says, will you be watching Formula E and who will you be supporting? Great video. So yes, I'll be watching Formula E. I mean, it starts quite soon. I think it starts actually next week. So I could be wrong. Is it next week? I think it's next week. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be looking at that, and hopefully it's going to be good. And yeah, hopefully it will be interesting racing and it won't just be boring. But you know, I've seen some videos of Formula E. It doesn't look too bad whatsoever, so I think it can be quite good. And who will you be supporting? Well, I just talked about that, about my favourite driver, and someone I forgot was Daniel Abt. I've supported him for quite a long time now, and I think, you know, Daniel Abt obviously racing in Formula E, so I'll probably be supporting him. And yes, actually, yeah, Formula E is going to be quite interesting because there are quite a lot of good drivers in there. You know, some of the Formula 1 drivers that just didn't have the money are going to Formula E, so I'm looking forward to it. You know, teams, big teams like Virgin, and obviously Abt is part of Audi as well, so it's Abt's team is part of Audi, if that makes any sense. So it's interesting, yeah, but I'm going to be supporting Daniel Abt. I've supported him for a long time, so I'll continue my support in Formula E. I'm really sorry, my webcam has been absolutely everywhere. It just auto-adjusts and goes really weird, so I'm really sorry about that. I know it looks absolutely stupid, I think. So I'm sorry about that, but, you know, we'll have to deal with it until the end of this video. Next question comes in from HNBC Joe once again, and he says, how long did it take you to get to 100 subs, 1,000 subs, and 10,000 subs? Roughly. So 100 subs, I'd say it didn't take too long, if I remember correctly. It took probably a couple of weeks, just because beforehand I had a channel with probably about 700 subscribers, 800 subscribers. So before I shut down that channel, I put a video up, guys, I've got a new channel, and you know, I linked everyone to it. So 100 subs wasn't too long, so that was probably a couple of weeks. 1,000 subs, I think, I could be wrong, but I think it was actually about a year until I got 1,000 subs. I could be completely wrong there, but I think it was actually about a year until I got 1,000 subscribers. And 10,000 subscribers was earlier this year, I remember correctly, or late last year. So yeah, I haven't actually been, you know, above 10,000 subscribers for that long. So yeah, and obviously we hit 20,000 a couple of weeks ago. So I'm just really, you know, amazed really at what YouTube has done. So once again, I know I say it a lot, but thanks guys, I really do appreciate this. YouTube thing is a great hobby, and I can't really believe how it's just kept growing, and hopefully in F1 2014 it'll just continue to grow, and at least that's what I'm hoping, because I want to continue this whilst I've got a job, but you know, I need that motivation to keep going, and obviously every comment and every like and all that sort of stuff does keep the motivation going. And yeah, I just can't wait for F1 2014 now, and that's probably why there's been quite a lot of Q&A videos and that sort of stuff recently, because I have sort of run out of, you know, inventive ideas. So I think these are quite good to just, you know, answer some questions that I'm sure a lot of people have had for a long time. So yeah, hopefully you don't mind these. I might have a couple more before F1 2014, but you know, if you really don't like these, leave it down in the comment section just so I know what videos you do and don't want to see. Next question comes in from Bowser2691. He says, who's your favourite F1 team and driver? Favourite driver, I'd say Adrian Sutil. Favourite F1 team, probably Lotus. How long have you played F1 for? Well, I've played F1 games since about 2004, I think 2003, 2004. Whenever I got my PS2, my first game console, I got some F1 games for that, and I got F1 Championship. No, it wasn't F1 Championship. It was F1 Career Challenge. I was trying to see if I still got it down there somewhere, but yeah, F1 Career Challenge was a game that I bought on the PS2. I'm not sure when I got my PS2. Maybe it's like 2002. So yeah, it was a good game, and yeah, I started playing F1 probably about 12 years ago. So yeah, been playing F1 games for quite a long time. So that's it for this Q&A, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. I know it probably hasn't been the longest Q&A in the world, but I didn't have too many questions to answer for this one, but I still wanted to make this video to answer all the questions that you guys did have. So that's it. I'm sorry about the webcam. Hopefully it'll be all fixed for next time. I don't know what on earth is going on with it, but it seems to have a bit of a mind of its own in this video. So that's it, guys. Thanks for tuning into this video, and I'll see you all soon. Goodbye. So talking about this career mode, make it a lot more accessible to as many people as possible, because normally, well, all of the F1 games so far, you had to do the full season and all that sort of stuff, but now you don't have to do the full season. You can choose from shorter seasons, including 7 and 12 race options for a season. So I'm not sure whether that's you choosing the races, or maybe you just get given a set amount of races that you need to do. I'm not too sure how that's going to work. I'm sure there's going to be more information on that soon.